Hi everyone, so today I'll be working with Spellbinders Small Die of the Month. It's super cute. I did a whole unboxing of the deluxe caboodle, and so I'll link that video in the description box if you want to see more information, but in this type of video we just get right to it. So it is the super cute brunch set here, and what I'm going to do is probably make like a little gift card holder. I was thinking about making like a mini card. A 4-bar card is what I guess it's called. I just remember these cards back in the 80s, like growing up. I always remember that people had like these little cards. And I was thinking, well, it might be small enough or big enough, should I say, to hold a gift card. So I'm just going to quickly make a flap for it. So it's going to be a 4-bar card, but it has a little pocket on the inside so you can put like a little gift card. And just make it really easy and cute. A couple of the characters here from this set, and we're good to go. So I will say Spellbinders did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And the links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So thank you for using those if you would like. I do have them for the US and the UK there. And again, this is the monthly club kit this month, so if you were to sign up now or go ahead and, get in now, this is what you would be receiving. And you can just let it go to the next month, or you can cancel it anytime, so something to think about. So I'm going to start off, generally I do a 5x7 and then I score it right down the middle. So I'm still going to do 5, but I'm going to leave the 8.5. So I think that'll work, right? Yeah, 5. So 5 inches by 8.5 because it's an A2 piece of cardstock. I'm going to do a little matte layer on the front. So I'm just going to matte layer. It's going to be 5 by 3.5, basically the card at the end there. So I am going to want something that's 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. Just because I like 1/8 of an inch, but whatever you like, do that. There's some cute little plaid paper I thought would be cute for that. Is that right? It looks wider than I thought. Okay. And so I'm just going to take this piece again. It is 5 by 8.5, and I'm going to score it at 3.5. At 3.5, because generally with the 4-bar, it's just a 5x7 piece of cardstock that you score right down the center. So 3.5, and then I'm just going to turn it instead of doing the math. On the other side, I'm going to score it at 1.5. Okay. So 3.5, 3.5, that's 7, and then the last bit is 1.5. So I guess I could have done 3.5 and 7. Okay, there you go. But I did 3.5 and 1.5. And then that is the card base. So let's see if we did this in a way that works out nicely. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna move these things just a little bit after I had them set out so nicely, but that's all right. Oh, that'd be cute to make a card that closes up like this, and this, you see how it's nice and tight right now, but latches in. That'd be cute, huh? Hadn't done one of those in a while, or maybe ever. But right now we're doing it this way, so that's going to make a pocket for a gift card. And this is plenty big for a gift card. I mean, I can grab one, but you can see, I mean, that's a really good size. Okay, and I like to, hopefully this glue's ready, use a wet glue, because unless you tear it, it's not going to come apart here. And I'm just eyeballing that. I probably should put it on this other piece, just to keep it nice and flat. Okay, so I'm just closing that up so it makes a pocket. Excuse me. And then this piece, I'm just going to glue this right on top. And just glue it right down. Okay, so I just set that aside with a little bit of weight on it. And there it is. And then, of course, you can slide your gift card in here. Okay. And so I think I'm going to do the bacon and eggs today. So I just grabbed some colors really quickly, just scraps of paper here. I think they're big enough, I hope. Okay. So I will say, these papers do have, these dies do have background and then inlays. So depending on what you want to do, as far as your colors, I will say the inlay is going to cut out these little bits, which are actually the cheeks, and I think I said eyes last time. Then you have these pieces that you're going to lay in the back to cover that. If you want, you can just take a piece of, cardstock and do that. So I'm going to do that for the bacon, like on a deeper red color here, and of course we're going to tape that. And then I think I'm going to do a pink strip down the center. White's cute, just, the little fat. So I'm going to go with this lighter kind of peachy pink color. But if you want to go with white, you can definitely do that, or like maybe a little bit off white. And again, that's the inlay. That works. And then you have your champagne and all that. I don't know that I'm going to take the time to run this through because I feel like I can just do that. Did I say black? You don't want that for black because the cheeks. Oh, you keep forgetting because to me that's the eyes. Background, obviously for the egg. Just some white paper here. Okay, and then the little center. And again, it does have the inlay for the little stuff there. You can also just run this through, pink paper and have that. Or you can use this guy to layer it behind there. For the cheeks, however you want. I do have some bright pink paper to differentiate from the bacon. Oh, this is really I'm just using the smallest piece of tape here. Okay, so we have those guys. And then for the sign, oh, hello, arms and stuff. So black, I'm just gonna run this through some black paper. And I have a scrap here. I do have a scrap here. Does it fit? Oh, yay, it fits. Okay. So that's going to be that. And then the signage. Oopsie, I'm just going to cut this off. I think I'm going to do the one that's kind of like Happy Brunch Day. I'm not even going to mess with this anymore. I'm just going to put it on there and let it run through. That way, it's a gift card holder. You have Happy Brunch Day, and I'm going to run that through some gold paper, and if I need to, I'm going to run this through black paper so you can see it and make the lettering pop, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and cut out the little mug too, and it's so cute. At first I thought it cuts two mugs, but it cuts one and then the background, so then I was going to make a brown mug, and since I ran it through and it gave me the two, and I realized, oh, one's like background, well, that can look like coffee, right? So I have a little brown coffee kind of base, and then this one that has the opening I will glue over the top. Sorry if I'm pausing a lot. I have like allergies today. Oh my gosh. So itchy. Okay, let's get close down in here. And I'm just gonna put some glue up here. It's supposed to rain for like, I don't know, a week. So I don't know, hopefully that helps me out with the allergies there. Look how cute. Oh my gosh. That is adorable. So you have that little guy. And then I'm going to put this together. It looks like a worm or something. Right down in here, you do have embossed lines that show you kind of where that should go. And again, you can definitely cut these pieces to go behind. I'm just going to, like I said, cut a little scrap of pink paper, and hopefully I'll do this correctly. I don't know. I'm going to cut it like about here. And I just need it to fit right behind there. Not be too big. But you can definitely use that die. Oh, that is like perfect. Let me make sure. You're pretty good. I have this little corner on the very edge that needs to kind of go away. Okay. You can also put the black behind the eyes, I suppose, because you can kind of see behind there. I don't know if you can see a little bit. See how you can see white there or not? Or just leave it, right? Let me see how that would look. I think that's fine. But again, that's why these have inlays. So if you want to run this through black paper, run the other one through black paper, there'd be black barely showing through. So if you want to do that, you can definitely do that. This guy, again, I'm using the same pink. It's going to be a little trickier because I obviously don't want it to show around the circle there. And these cheeks look like they're right on there. Okay. So that's why they have those inlays. So you can definitely run that through some black paper and have maybe the black pop back there instead of just this little bit. I'm going to cut this a little bit skinnier because I can see some of that pink behind the eyes and I don't need it there. So I'm just going to take a moment to like trim this down a little bit thinner. And let me see if it would even make a difference if I had used black behind the eyes. There we go. You know, that's kind of why I didn't do it. I don't know what you think. Let me move that down. Okay. And I'm just going to glue this little guy down too. I moved this a little bit, sorry. Glue this guy to the center of my egg. My little yolk. You can make this any way too. I mean, however you want to be the top or bottom, or side, or it can be like that, you know, whatever it is. Okay, and then I'm just going to glue those two together. This is a sign, but you can also just use it as a sentiment, you know, wherever you want. So I'm just going to glue those together and I'll be right back. Okay, so a few other things to do with our little guys here. Let's put some legs on. And then someone's going to hold coffee. So this one die, I think it does 2 legs and 3 sets of arms. But again, some of them look like they're holding something or however. So you can play with those a little bit there. So I'm going to put some glue on this. There's some little legs. That is so cute. I have an idea how those are going to fit there. Okay, and then this one. Put the legs a little bit higher up this time, but you can play with that, you know, if you want to have longer stick legs or just about the same or however. Like that. Okay, so this is trash at this point. I have the little arms over here. Ooh. And let's see. Someone's going to hold coffee. So this one's going this way. I think it's going to be this little arm. With the little coffee. And yeah, I'm just trying to imagine what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, especially because the mug is white. So I think I'll glue this like down in here. Is that... This looks like a good spot for arms. The other ones can also come in. He can hold his little mug like this. Actually, the handle is on this side, so I guess we'll do that. I was going to make it look like he's more interactive with the little guy next to him, but I think I'll put this other one here. And maybe I'll put just a little glue here, get that mug going. It can definitely look as little hands are holding it, right? And then maybe this little hand also over the top. That's so cute. Okay. I didn't glue that down, but if you want to put a little dab of glue behind this little hand, you can definitely do that. And so we have that guy, and then this little guy. Where should his little arms be? Like back in there. Back in here somewhere. And he's very excited to be there with his little arms up. Cute. We're a little further out. Okay, I'm gonna let those set up and I'll be right back. I was gonna come back and put this together, but I thought, you know what, maybe we do it this way and maybe he is holding the sign. What do you think? Okay, so I'm gonna run this through some brown paper and I'll be right back. Okay, so let me put this, try to think how would be best. I was thinking about him holding it up here, which is kind of crazy because it's gonna go over his little head, but I think that looks the cutest. Now let me see if this is going to be like that. Let me glue that on first and then we'll see if I end up using it. I wasn't planning on it, so I didn't put the hands in any way that looks like, oh yeah, that's a natural positioning, you know. How cute is that? And I put it so it sticks up a little bit so it looks more like a little sign. That's very cute. Okay, so maybe we do. Okay. Just bring them closer together though. Let's glue these little legs down because they are very delicate. I have this little guy here. I'm gonna hold that down and I'll be right back. And I'm gonna glue this guy down. I don't know if this will hold, but there we go. And oh, I didn't quite glue his hand down yet, guys, but I put something on there. Be something like that. Okay, that'd be fine. I gotta take these guys off. It is a delicate pole, but I already put the dimensionals on here. So I'm just gonna put glue right down in this area. And let's make sure that looks like it's in his little hand, but also up like this off this guy's head. Cute. Okay, I'm gonna hold that down and I'll be right back. Okay guys, and there's our card. It came out super cute, and again you can put a little gift card in there, plenty of space to write whatever you want to write, and they are just little adorable characters. All right guys, well thanks for watching. I'll have images coming up. Again, this is the November small die of the month, and just really adorable. You have your waffle with his little face too, and your little champagne flutes. Adorable. All right guys, I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.